el mundo cambia. Vos tenés que avanzar, crecer y progresar. Para no ser uno más estás en el piso. Ya no pidas permiso, sé dueño de lo tuyo y escuchate estos murmullos. El mundo globaliza y nadie te lo avisa. Criptovisión la tuve y el mercado se energiza. Ciudades del futuro, ciudades diferentes. Sé dueño de vos mismo, no depender de otra gente. Criptovisión. 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 Vamos.
Empezamos de esta manera un nuevo capítulo de Criptovisión, temporada 4 desde Miami. Repasamos lo mejor que nos dejó la conferencia de Bitcoin 2022.
En esta oportunidad vamos a escuchar al CEO de 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, una aplicación que utiliza criptomonedas a través de la cual se pueden hacer pagos en básicamente todo Estados Unidos.
Y además vamos a ir a los estudios de Glozal, donde tenemos la posibilidad de jugar en el metaverso, jugar juegos de trading con nuestras empresas que nos acompañan.
Hoy tenemos un estudiante de Princeton, desarrollador de NFTs en el marco de lo que es Solana. Así que tenemos el placer de conocer a Rishab. Así que lo llevamos al metaverso a competir en trading y muchas cosas más.
Empezamos, estamos listos. De esta manera comienza Criptovisión, temporada 4.
Bienvenidos nuevamente a Criptovisión. Estamos en la conferencia Bitcoin 2022 de Miami. En este caso tenemos el gusto de entrevistar a la gente de 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Particularmente vamos a hablar con Alex. Alex, welcome to Criptovisión.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, Alex, we would like you to tell our audience what is 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏.
So 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is a Bitcoin rewards app. We give people Bitcoin back on their everyday purchases. So if you're shopping at Nike or Adidas or Priceline, Booking.com, you can earn Bitcoin on your purchases.
So you can purchase with dollars and then you have a cashback in Bitcoin.
Yep. So
Okay.
instead of getting cash back, we set you up with a Bitcoin wallet and you get free Bitcoin back on those purchases. And it's on average around 7% and anywhere up to 30%.
Up to 30% cashback in Bitcoin.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, that is a lot.
Not bad, not bad. Yeah.
Not bad
Yeah.
at all. Where are you based?
So we're in New York and North Carolina.
Okay, great.
And then we have people all over though. We have people in El Salvador and Spain and all over.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you can be of course you don't need to be a US citizen to use the
For right now, we are expanding internationally,
Okay.
but we have employees that are all over the world.
Okay.
Yeah, but right now we're US only and we're expanding internationally this year.
Okay, great. So only Bitcoin. I mean, you are exclusive in Bitcoin.
Yep.
Cashback.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. So and what is the reaction of the market with 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏?
Yes.
How many subscribers or users are you having, and how long have you been in the market?
So we've been around for 3.5 years, and we have 500,000 users on the platform today, and then we have over 1,100 merchants, 1,100 stores that are our partners that give people the Bitcoin back when they shop.
Okay, great. How do you think that the Bitcoin adoption is improving? Do you see that people get used to pay with Bitcoin and use it and understand what is going on with Bitcoin?
Yeah, I think price helps. Like when we launched, Bitcoin was only at $4,000 per coin. Now it's at 45. So a lot of people's purchases, a lot of people's rewards have more than 10x. So if you earn $10, very small amount, that's now $100 in Bitcoin. If you joined us in the early days. So people have been rewarded for using 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 over a period of time, and they become loyal to 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 and they become loyal to Bitcoin.
And people automatically is holding Bitcoin. I mean, you have the cashback, maybe he say, okay, now it's cents or it's $1. I hold that, and they look at 2 years from that moment and say, okay, now it's $50. What? And they can see that the value reserve that Bitcoin proposed is real. And what about this situation of the United States right now with inflation and all the politics issue? Do you think that is good or bad for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏?
It's very good for 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, very good for Bitcoin. People are starting to question their money, and they're like, why do I have 7.5% inflation in the US, a currency that traditionally has very low inflation and has been a very safe store of value? Now people are really seeing like what money is, and they're starting to question what's the value of their money. So with Bitcoin, clearly, there's only 21 million. It has set rules. Everyone knows exactly those rules. It's entirely open source. So I think people are starting to get excited about things like Bitcoin because of that.
Okay, great. How do you think about the future generation that is going to practically born with Bitcoin? I mean, the next crypto generation. How do you think that is going to be that kind of working with the technology and lowly, and how could you some kind of prevent that? How can you prepare lowly for that?
Yeah, so I think the natural evolution is something we saw back in like 2013. My co-founder and I, we had started a previous company called Cosmic. Matt and I, we were building a company called Cosmic. We were working with all these merchants, and we were building what's called like a buy button for these merchants. So when we learned about Bitcoin, I actually took it to a lot of the biggest merchants in the world, and I said, like, what if you were to accept crypto, accept Bitcoin at the time? And a lot of them like just didn't want to do it. For many good reasons. Consumers didn't have it, and then they didn't have the merchants didn't have remittance networks set up, and the consumers that did have it didn't want to pay with it because ultimately it was going up. So we kind of took a step back and we're like, okay, now is not the right time, but what would be the right time? So our last company got acquired by Rakuten, the biggest cashback company in the US and many parts of the world. We got to really understand the cashback model, and we're like, this is an incredible starting point, not just for consumers to get involved in Bitcoin, but also for merchants to get involved in Bitcoin that previously didn't want to use Bitcoin as a payment rail. So fast forward a little bit, where we're at today is now we have all these merchants, we've driven real revenue to these merchants, we have leverage with them because they trust us. So now I think the natural evolution is that we're ultimately going to give people the ability to buy and sell Bitcoin, buy and sell crypto, and then ultimately pay with crypto, which is a more efficient medium of exchange. So you can imagine us in a couple years going to the Nikes of the world and saying, hey, we have millions of users, they have crypto in their wallet, they want to pay with that crypto, can you accept it? And now we can create a better medium of exchange, and I think that's a better, more equitable world.
Okay, great. So we would like you to tell this camera your crypto vision. I mean, how do you think that technology is going for the next years?
Yeah, so Bitcoin I think will continue to be the reserve currency of the world. I think apps like ours, like lolly.com, are going to make it easier for people to get involved in Bitcoin. Institutions are going to continue to adopt it in the masses. We're going to have entire countries continue to adopt Bitcoin as a reserve currency. I think that stable coins are also going to play a huge part in crypto adoption. People want a store of value that is easy to move around. Stable coins are a very efficient medium of exchange and something very familiar, and you can get high yields. And then I think people are going to continue to adopt other currencies that like Ethereum and other alternative currencies. And as more and more people adopt them, they're going to start to find that the efficiencies of it being a more efficient medium of exchange start to come true. So once people feel comfortable with moving money on the internet, because it's internet native money, then we'll start to see more adoption on the payment side.
Okay, great. And now finally, I know that you don't speak Spanish, but maybe a few words for our audience. This is Criptovision, and this is Alex from Loli.
Okay, what would you like me to say?
That message for our Latino audience.
Okay. Oh, mi mamá es de México, habla poquito español, pero gracias para having me on the show. Don't show this to my mom. Yeah.
Don't worry. Well, thank you. See you next episode. Y seguimos en Criptovisión. Arrancamos con nuestro segmento de entrevistas. Hoy tenemos la oportunidad de conocer lo que viene haciendo en el mercado de los NFTs Rishab. Rishab es un estudiante de Stanford que está liderando varios proyectos vinculados al mundo de los NFT. Hi Rishab, it's a pleasure to have you here in Criptovision.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, so Rishab, can you tell our audience what is your expertise in the NFT world?
Yeah, so I'm part of a group of students at Stanford really interested in exploring human nature on the blockchain. So we build interesting social experiments that assign incentives to various tokens to sort of ask these types of questions.
Okay, awesome. How long have you been involved in crypto?
So I come from more of an academic background. I did more cryptography research in an academic lab on campus, and more recently I've been interested in the NFT space, especially for its potential in social experiments.
What has been the reception of the people about your experiments?
It's been really interesting. NFTs have traditionally been more for like PFP projects or profile pictures, as people call them. For us, we're really interested in exploring this question of whether the NFT community really has the potential that people believe it to have. As students coming out into the real world, we're sort of thinking, is this space really a symptom of the potential for technology to change the world, or is it more devolving into greed and just a way for people to make money? So we're trying to ask these questions in really interesting ways and flip that onto the audience to see where this space is really heading.
Okay, great. And what is the technological background of your initiatives? In what blockchain are you working? And how do you feel about the NFT being also on Bitcoin?
Yeah, so I guess we are on Solana. We just did the Solana Hacker House this past week.
Tell us about that. How was it?
It was a great experience for newcomers into the space, people with expertise in sort of cryptography or academics to come into more of an applications-oriented space, build smart contracts, build SPL programs, and test things out on DevNet and mainnet. We met a lot of great hackers at the Hacker House, a lot of people working on some really great projects, and also an opportunity to meet some of the core people on the Solana Foundation. So we thought it was a great experience for us to learn.
Right, so how do you feel about this, that NFT are already, or are tend to be also in Bitcoin? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so I guess NFT art can be on sort of any smart contract platform like Ethereum, Solana. I think it's great that it's on multiple chains, and there are different pros and cons for each. We chose Solana particularly because it's proof of stake, which means that it has a much smaller impact on the environment for any sort of validation. Ethereum is also moving to ETH2, which will also bring that to proof of stake and help that, but as of now, it's not there yet, so that's why we've chosen Solana.
Do you think that whenever Ethereum 2.0 is already, you are migrate, or you are going multi-chain?
That's a really great question. I think everyone is waiting for the day that ETH2 comes out. It may even just bring the whole crypto space to the mainstream and bring a lot of non-Web3 users onto Web3 because of existing hesitations due to the environment. So that's going to be a very watershed day for the crypto community.
Okay, we are expecting
yes,
high expectation on that day. So do you want to tell us about some initiatives you are ahead?
Yeah, so I can tell you about one of the projects we're running. It's a prisoner's dilemma on chain. So the way it works is we mint an NFT every day for 108 days. It's put up for auction. If you win the auction, you get to choose if your NFT is a saint or a sinner. And then at the end of the 108 days, if there are more saints than sinners, the saints take all the auction proceeds and create a DAO. But if the sinners win, as in if they have a majority at the end of the 108 days, they take all the money for profit. So really, we're asking this question, are people in the NFT community interested in building a collective, an organization, working towards the common good together? Or are people in it for themselves, just to make a quick buck? And is this technology more of a greedy space for people to just make money?
Okay, great. So you are trying to know if there is a community material to explode, or people are greedy and they just want to make money, speculate, and okay, I don't care about the concept or the value proposal.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting. And when is that going to be launched?
So we're going to be launching this in July of this year, and hopefully the audience can tell us what the answer will be.
Okay, awesome. We would love to know about that whenever it's ready. So, Rishab, we are also trying to speak in this program for the future generations. I mean, the generation that's going to be native, people that is going to be born and they are going to use NFT and Bitcoin. I guess we all think that it's going to go further, the adoption of the technology. What can you say to them, to this camera?
Yeah, I think there are two things I can say. The first is, certainly there's a lot of social components to this that a lot of people have missed. Very early on, people gave a lot of technical reasons why a lot of these chains wouldn't work, but time and time we've seen again that it's overcome those sorts of challenges. So I think there's an interesting social experiment or sort of social validation to explore and sort of seeing where the potential is for the next 5-10 years. And the second thing I would say is be skeptical yourself, try it out. Get a wallet, start to engage with these sorts of technologies, but really ask these questions to yourself. Are these technologies here as a potential for human good on a net good basis, or is it something that's devolving into greed? And really, I don't really have an answer for you. It's sort of something that the community will have to figure out for itself.
Okay, excellent message, Rishab. And you know, now we have a segment that's called the Metaverse Experience. Do you dare to go to the Metaverse?
Sure.
Okay, let's go.
Desde Criptovisión queremos invitarte al metaverso con 𝗥𝗶𝗀𝗵 y 𝗥𝗶𝗀𝗵. Bienvenidos al metaverso de la música y el arte. Criptovisión te invita a formar parte de Storm Game. Hacé clic en este link de referidos y obtené un montón de beneficios. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a conocer Soul Mining, minería desde el fin del mundo. En Tierra del Fuego se encuentra la planta más grande de minería de Ethereum de Argentina y ahora también están minando Bitcoin. Planifica tu inversión en Soul Mining. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a hacer tu cuenta en Libertex, donde vas a poder tradear con una empresa con 25 años de trayectoria. Libertex, hacé clic en este enlace y abrí tu cuenta. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte Ledem, el mejor hogar para tus activos digitales. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte 𝗥𝗶𝘅, un banco cripto con un montón de soluciones financieras. Conocelas haciendo clic en este link. Quiero invitarte a conocer Bybit. Con este link de referidos podés ingresar y obtener un montón de beneficios. Hacé tu cuenta y tradea en Bybit. Desde Criptovisión queremos invitarte a crear tu cuenta en BingX. Hacé clic en nuestro link de referidos y crea tu cuenta para empezar a disfrutar de todos los beneficios.
Y continuamos en Criptovisión, es el momento del segmento Jugamos a Short y Long en cripto. Hoy nos toca hacerlo con nuestro entrevistado Rishab. So Rishab, are you in for a trading competition?
Let's do it.
Okay, first we have to pick a crypto. Which crypto would you like?
I'm going to pick Solana.
Solana. Why Solana?
I just went to the Solana Hacker House. I thought it's an interesting coin, so let's try it out.
Let's try Solana. Entonces Rishab acaba de elegir Sol, de lo que sería Solana. Lo que estamos viendo en pantalla es la sesión de futuros de Bybit, donde tenemos medias móviles de 20, 55 y 200, tenemos volumen, tenemos RSI y tenemos DMI. So Rishab, what is your feeling? What is your hunch? Do you think this price is going up or down? Are you a bull or a bear?
I think the price is unfortunately going to go down for a little bit.
So, a bear, un oso. Vamos con entonces una posición en corto para Rishab. Let's go short. We are shorting in this time Solana. So let's go with leverage 15x to put more spice to the operation. And then, okay, let's go short. So he's betting that the price is going down. And the timer start. And okay, let's see how Rishab is approaching this. Now the market is saying that you are right. I mean, 3% up. So maybe it's bear time. Let's see the next candle. We're in 1 minute. Oh, a reverse there.
Uh-oh.
Oh, some bull appeared. We are 30 seconds. So let's see, the RSI is saying that the price is going down. So I think that Rishab made a good lecture of that. The DMI is volatile, so we have volatile price volatility of the price. So we have not that amount of volume. So we have 10 seconds, and you are up for 3.5%. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's close it.
And Rishab is a winner.
Beautiful.
So
Let's go.
he's a real beer of Solana.
Yes.
Okay, congrats, man.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's continue.
Desde Criptovisión queremos invitarte al metaverso con 𝗥𝗶𝘀𝗵 y 𝗥𝗶𝘀. Bienvenidos al metaverso de la música y el arte. Criptovisión te invita a formar parte de Storm Game. Hacé clic en este link de referidos y obtené un montón de beneficios. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a conocer 𝗏 minería desde el fin del mundo. En Tierra del Fuego se encuentra la planta más grande de minería de Ethereum de Argentina y ahora también están minando Bitcoin. Planifica tu inversión en 𝗏. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a hacer tu cuenta en Libertex, donde vas a poder tradear con una empresa con 25 años de trayectoria. Libertex, hacé clic en este enlace y abrí tu cuenta. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗏, el mejor hogar para tus activos digitales. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte 𝗥𝗶𝘀𝗵𝗯, un banco cripto con un montón de soluciones financieras. Conocelas haciendo clic en este link. Quiero invitarte a conocer Bybit. Con este link de referidos podés ingresar y obtener un montón de beneficios. Hacé tu cuenta y tradea en Bybit. Desde Criptovisión queremos invitarte a crear tu cuenta en 𝗏𝗡𝗋. Hacé clic en nuestro link de referidos y crea tu cuenta para empezar a disfrutar de todos los beneficios. Desde Criptovisión queremos invitarte al metaverso con 𝗥𝗶𝘀𝗵𝗯 y 𝗥𝗶𝘀. Bienvenidos al metaverso de la música y el arte. Criptovisión te invita a formar parte de Storm Game. Hacé clic en este link de referidos y obtené un montón de beneficios. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a conocer 𝗏 minería desde el fin del mundo. En Tierra del Fuego se encuentra la planta más grande de minería de Ethereum de Argentina y ahora también están minando Bitcoin. Planifica tu inversión en 𝗏. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a hacer tu cuenta en Libertex, donde vas a poder tradear con una empresa con 25 años de trayectoria. Libertex, hacé clic en este enlace y abrí tu cuenta. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗏, el mejor hogar para tus activos digitales. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte 𝗥𝗶𝘀𝗵𝗯, un banco cripto con un montón de soluciones financieras. Conocelas haciendo clic en este link. Quiero invitarte a conocer Bybit. Con este link de referidos podés ingresar y obtener un montón de beneficios. Hacé tu cuenta y tradea en Bybit. Desde Criptovisión queremos invitarte a crear tu cuenta en 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗋. Hacé clic en nuestro link de referidos y crea tu cuenta para empezar a disfrutar de todos los beneficios. Desde Criptovisión queremos invitarte al metaverso con 𝗥𝗶𝘀𝗵𝗯 y 𝗥𝗶𝘀. Bienvenidos al metaverso de la música y el arte. Criptovisión te invita a formar parte de Storm Game. Hacé clic en este link de referidos y obtené un montón de beneficios. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a conocer 𝗏 minería desde el fin del mundo. En Tierra del Fuego se encuentra la planta más grande de minería de Ethereum de Argentina y ahora también están minando Bitcoin. Planifica tu inversión en 𝗏. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a hacer tu cuenta en Libertex, donde vas a poder tradear con una empresa con 25 años de trayectoria. Libertex, hacé clic en este enlace y abrí tu cuenta. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗏, el mejor hogar para tus activos digitales. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte 𝗥𝗶𝘀𝗵𝗯, un banco cripto con un montón de soluciones financieras. Conocelas haciendo clic en este link. Quiero invitarte a conocer Bybit. Con este link de referidos podés ingresar y obtener un montón de beneficios. Hacé tu cuenta y tradea en Bybit. Desde Criptovisión queremos invitarte a crear tu cuenta en 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗏. Hacé clic en nuestro link de referidos y crea tu cuenta para empezar a disfrutar de todos los beneficios. Desde Criptovisión queremos invitarte al metaverso con 𝗥𝗶𝗀𝗵 y 𝗥𝗶𝗀𝗵. Bienvenidos al metaverso de la música y el arte. Criptovisión te invita a formar parte de Storm Game. Hacé clic en este link de referidos y obtené un montón de beneficios. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a conocer Soul Mining, minería desde el fin del mundo. En Tierra del Fuego se encuentra la planta más grande de minería de Ethereum de Argentina y ahora también están minando Bitcoin. Planifica tu inversión en Soul Mining. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a hacer tu cuenta en Libertex, donde vas a poder tradear con una empresa con 25 años de trayectoria. Libertex, hacé clic en este enlace y abrí tu cuenta. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte 𝗔𝗶𝗃𝗍𝗵, el mejor hogar para tus activos digitales. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte 𝗥𝗶𝘀𝗵𝗯, un banco cripto con un montón de soluciones financieras. Conocelas haciendo clic en este link. Quiero invitarte a conocer Bybit. Con este link de referidos podés ingresar y obtener un montón de beneficios. Hacé tu cuenta y tradea en Bybit. Desde Criptovisión queremos invitarte a crear tu cuenta en 𝗏𝗏𝗃. Hacé clic en nuestro link de referidos y crea tu cuenta para empezar a disfrutar de todos los beneficios. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a conocer Soul Mining, minería desde el fin del mundo. En Tierra del Fuego se encuentra la planta más grande de minería de Ethereum de Argentina y ahora también están minando Bitcoin. Planifica tu inversión en Soul Mining. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a hacer tu cuenta en Libertex, donde vas a poder tradear con una empresa con 25 años de trayectoria. Libertex, hacé clic en este enlace y abrí tu cuenta. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte 𝗔𝗶𝗃𝗍𝗵, el mejor hogar para tus activos digitales. Desde Criptovisión queremos presentarte 𝗥𝗶𝗀𝗵, un banco cripto con un montón de soluciones financieras. Conocelas haciendo clic en este link. Quiero invitarte a conocer Bybit. Con este link de referidos podés ingresar y obtener un montón de beneficios. Hacé tu cuenta y tradea en Bybit. Desde Criptovisión queremos invitarte a crear tu cuenta en 𝗏𝗏𝗃. Hacé clic en nuestro link de referidos y crea tu cuenta para empezar a disfrutar de todos los beneficios. Desde Criptovisión te invitamos a conocer CoinEx. Mirá,